From Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. This is Runway DFW, the new YouTube channel dedicated to bringing you live action from one of the world's busiest airports. My name is Walt Swerko, and we are here on a, what is today? Let's check. So I'm never sure what day it is. I think it's Thursday, right? Let's see. Yeah, Thursday, April 7th, 2022. That's us. We are here We're going to look at airplanes today, and we'll be here for the next couple of hours as the sun rises over in North Texas. You are looking at the UPS cargo hub here at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. We've got a 747 being loaded up, and we should be seeing that. In fact, it's scheduled to leave at 7:47 a.m. Isn't that odd? It may not adhere to that exact schedule, but we'll be here for it. And I think we'll also be seeing at least one MD-11. We've got a couple over there right now. And that's in addition to all the regular stuff you see here at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. So welcome, and we're happy to have you with us on this beautiful morning. A little chilly. I won't dispute that, but it's still a nice day. And let's see here. My wires aren't long enough today. We're going to take a peek here. Not happy with my microphone at the moment. You can see the array of aircraft coming in. I still haven't fixed this echo problem. I haven't figured it out why my voice is coming through the camera. So bear with us. This ought to be American Airlines Flight 2266 from San Antonio, Texas. The aircraft operations this morning are from the south end of the airport. As you can see, well, we're at the north end. So everything's coming in on the south end today and taking off from the south end, at least probably while we're here, because the winds are coming out of the north. But at least it's fairly clear looking all the way down there. So welcome into all y'all, and we did have a question in the comments about our 720 stream, and I'm experimenting today because we've had some signal issues here over the last few broadcasts. And I want to make sure, I'm trying to get this mic in a better position, sorry. I'm trying to make sure that our signal goes out to you as clearly as it can. This is American Flight 2540, 737-800, coming in from Omaha, Nebraska. And if you haven't been with us when we have operations that are centered at the south end of the runway here, runway 36 right and 36 left, as those planes approach, they're about 2 miles away from where we are. Don't see anything lining up for takeoff right now. We've got some more planes. Well, we've got this little guy, a Martinair cargo flight. And we usually see a bunch of these going out in the morning hours. Mostly to, well, I would say exclusively to regional destinations across Texas. And And there you see the twinkling lights of DFW Airport. Let me see if this helps any. I'm trying with some audio settings here, but nothing seems to be working as far as echo goes. Well. Well, let's get back to the action here. We've got a flight coming in from Oklahoma City, which is in Oklahoma, of course. It's a state just north of Texas. There it is. This is American Flight 2272. It's an A321, a blurry one at that. MJ Scanlon Photography wants to know if Martin Air is a feeder operation for UPS, and it comes out from behind. I'm not really sure. It comes out. Those planes come out from behind the UPS terminal, but the origination point is blocked by a wall, so I can't really tell. But that's a pretty good possibility. And Glenn was saying audio is good at one click back. Glenn B is saying, and well, that it has something to do with my positioning. I'm right behind the camera now. I'm right behind the camera, and that the audio is coming out of the camera for some reason, and I haven't found a way to turn that off. Now I'm standing over to the side of the camera, and it's probably a little better now. But I can't take pictures when I'm away from the camera, so what I'll probably do is stand away when I speak, and then I'll shut up when I'm behind the camera. Maybe that'll work better. And as you can see, the sun is coming up here. It's right around the time, I think 7:10 is the official sunrise time. And if you're asking, where are you coming from this morning, Walt? We are at DFW Founders Plaza, which is the official plane spotting spot for plane spotters here at DFW Airport. I don't know if you can see it there. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes on approach, both here on the west side of DFW Airport and on the east side, which we can't really see the operations over there because we're on the wrong side. But we're on the right side for everything that's happening here on the west side. The problem is this morning that there's just, because of the wind, which seems to be coming from kind of the west right now. They have the planes lining up on 36 right and 36 left for takeoffs and landings. And that's a kind of a fur piece from where we are right now. And there, as promised, is the sunrise across North Texas. It's supposed to get cloudy later in the day. Right now, it's pretty clear, as far as I can tell. Our next arrival is American Airlines Flight 3706. Correction, that's American Eagle Flight 3706. Coming in from Stillwater, Oklahoma, a flight of about 45 minutes. It's going to be a Embraer 145 on Runway DFW. Next in line is American Eagle Flight, another American Eagle Flight 4046, coming in from Amarillo in West Texas. This will be an Embraer 175 on Runway DFW. Good morning, or good afternoon. I guess it's kind of lunchtime over there in the UK. Good morning to you, unknown. Welcome to you, Wheel and Share. We're very happy to have you along with us. And as Wendy was saying earlier, it's very windy at, is it Schiphol? Is that how you pronounce it over there in Europe? Not so much here today. Wait a minute. I'm not hearing that echo. What? Huh. It may have been some interference from one of my monitoring devices. So what are we up to here? This is American Airlines Flight 2768. Arriving from McAllen in Texas. And next up, another American Eagle Flight This will be from Corpus Christi on the Texas Gulf Coast. In Embraer 175, flight 3885 on Runway DFW. Oh, it's so nice to not hear myself echoing like that. That's an effect we like to call in the business out of focus. So happy to see everybody in the chat room this morning. If you have not subscribed to Runway, hey, we're almost to 3,000 subscribers here at Runway DFW. Will you be the 3,000th one? I don't know. You could be. I have to say it's very clear this morning. If you were here for our last transmission on, was it Saturday or Sunday? I think it was Saturday. We were doing a dayside broadcast in the afternoon, and the planes at that distance coming in looked like a mirage. It was kind of all melting into the background. And today it's pretty crisp and clear at that distance. So happy to see that. Let's point our big camera over here back to UPS. It looks like the 747 is buttoned up. So I don't see any impediments to its pulling out of its bay within the next 30 minutes or so. Well, it's supposed to leave, it was scheduled to leave at 7:47, ironically enough. And that will be headed to Louisville. And then over here, you can see behind it, there's an MD-11. I can't tell what the status is of that one, but over to the right, and we're looking to the south here, that's the west tower of DFW in the background. And way over here to the right, we get a view of another tri-jet. And as you can see, it is in the process, or at least the cargo door is open. I don't see any activity at the moment over there. So anyway, I hope the audio is better now. And as I was saying earlier, the reason that we're at 720 today instead of 1080 is because we've had some, I want to make sure that you get a clear picture, and I don't want it to go out or in and out. And so I'm experimenting to see, we've got a pretty good 5G signal here at the airport. So I'm hoping that between that and we're sending out kind of a stream that's not quite as taxing on the infrastructure, that will get you a more consistent view. And we'll be experimenting with that as we go along. We're doing that for today. As far in as we can zoom, this is a NetJets aircraft. It's a Bombardier Challenger 350 coming in from Midland, Texas, which is kind of in the, as you might expect, smack dab in the middle of the state. And it's been in the air for almost 50 minutes as it arrives here. It was last Friday that we did our first broadcast from Dallas Love Field, and I was kind of surprised at how interesting it was. I expected just to see exclusively Southwest Airlines 737s, which of course that's the mainstay there, but there's a lot of interesting business aircraft and other things to see. We saw some military aircraft. And I hope you go back to our library and take a look at our best of compilation reel, because we might not be there for a while. Again, at Love Field. It was a great location on top of a garage, parking garage. The airport's owned by the city. The parking garage is owned by the city. And so I approached the city because I just kind of went over there on spec to see what could be done there. So I contacted the city and said, hey, I'd like to do this more often. How do I do this and make sure that I'm on the up and up? And I was bombarded by permit applications and insurance requirements and fees, and my head was spinning. So I'm going to make some further inquiries, but as of right now, we won't be going back to the Dallas Love Field parking garage anytime soon, probably. Did you say that you wanted to see a flight coming in from Killeen, Texas, that left 32 minutes ago? And it's operated by Envoy Air on behalf of American Eagle, and it's flight 3919, and it's an Embraer 175 LR. Did you say all those things? Well, lucky you. This is your lucky day, because here it comes on Runway DFW. Let's get back to our chat here. We're greeting Luke Molds, who we wish a belated birthday to. He's way over in New Zealand, where I think it's way late at night, if I'm not mistaken. But happy to have you with us today, Luke. Thank you. And we're talking about Love Field and our attempts to bring you coverage from there. MJ Scanlon Photography saying, sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. And that's a good rule, when you have kind of run and gun photography. But when you have to set up the level of equipment that we've got to do a live broadcast with, I thought we could probably get away with that once. But, and we did have a visit from a Dallas police officer while we were there, who was very nice and didn't, tell us to leave. But, I don't want to push my luck. I don't want to wind up in, if I'm in jail, I can't bring you any coverage. So, and Bill is commenting about our Love Field coverage and saying he can't believe that the powers that be would do that. Lots of free publicity for them. Bad choice. Well, I did try to point that out to them, don't you know? And it was, in fact, I pointed them to an interview that Kevin did at Airline Videos Live last, I think it was October or November. I think it was October, with the director of publicity for LAX, who was welcoming with open arms plane spotters of all kinds to their new garage And so I sent a copy of that interview to my new friends at Dallas Love Field, and I hope they take that to heart. I haven't given up on Love Field. There's a couple other places we can try, but the one that just seems like such a nice place. That garage, it was secure, you know, and you have to pay $15 to get up there, or 13, I think it was. So but I was happy to pay that for that location. But uh, not to be for the short term, but I'll be in contact with them again, and maybe they'll have a change of heart. And I was in contact with. I lost my track of mind here. Let's see, what are we looking at here? We are looking at American Airlines Flight 738 coming in from Monterrey, Mexico, in A319. The next arrival on Runway DFW on this Thursday, April number 7. I was looking up in the air. Can't make it out on my screen. But it was as close as we're going to get to Southwest Airlines today. There's a Southwest Airlines plane up there uh, on its way to Los Angeles. Coming in now from Harlingen in South Texas. Another American Eagle flight. Another Embraer 175. In about 10 minutes, we'll be seeing an American Airlines Flight 116, our first Dreamliner of the day, coming in from Maui in Hawaii. So stand by for that. Here's our glorious sunrise. We'll take this opportunity to let our, let's see here, do this, do that, do that, do this, pushing all these buttons. Let's see here. You are watching Runway DFW live and in color from DFW International Airport here in Texas. We bring you live coverage several times a week from the big airport, and we're so glad you're with us. It's 7:31 local time in North Texas in the AM, and we'll be here till about 9 o'clock, for another 90 minutes. We'll be bringing you more planes, including, we hope, a nice big 747 UPS cargo flight off to Louisville. And if you are so inclined, we hope you will consider buying us a cup of coffee or helping us with our streaming expenses at Runway DFW. The address is streamlabs.com/runwaydfw, and you can access that address through our through the description here on our YouTube channel. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth today. But anyway, we're so happy you're with us. And hey, and if you would like to subscribe to our channel, if you're a new subscriber, your name will appear on the screen as you subscribe if everything is working correctly. And and you may just be the 3,000th subscriber to Runway DFW. So welcome in to everybody. And if you're a subscriber, you can join in the chat, which is where all the fun is, really. So hang out with us here at Runway DFW. I was talking to you, but I couldn't hear myself. What we have now for you is a pushback of this giant, wonderful, beautiful UPS 747, which is going off to Louisville. This is almost a brand new plane, delivered in September of 2020. So we see what the cockpit crew is doing there. Hello to you guys. They're just enjoying the pushback right now. I parked over here on the around the curve here at the Founders Plaza, so I could get a better view of because I knew we were going to get some action here at the UPS hub. So while it limits our view to the north of planes taking off, this gives us a much better view of what's happening right in front of us. Yeah, and this is as close as we get to any aircraft from this location at Founders Plaza, which is a nice location, but it's kind of set far back from, being right up close to the airplanes. Dark Wolf Mistwalker saying, getting a Bob Phillips Texas country reporter vibe there. Very good. Well, that is quite a compliment. I used to work at a TV station where Bob Phillips started, KDFW here in Dallas Fort Worth, and I think, is he still going? I think he might still be going on like the RFD channel or something like that. Uh, the Bob Phillips was, or perhaps still is. He just goes around Texas in his vehicle and does reports from just offbeat. It's kind of like I don't know if you remember, Charles Kuralt would go on the road for CBS and just do these really kind of laid back, countrified segments, and that's what Bob Phillips specialized in. And Dark Wolf Mistwalker is confirming, yes, it's on RFD today, and he's still going. So he created quite a franchise for himself. And that kind of concept has been, I don't know if he originated it. I guess, Charles Kuralt kind of made it, on a network level, doing stories like that. But I know that in Oklahoma, where my current TV station broadcasts into, there's a statewide broadcast that's kind of similar to Texas Country Reporter, which all doesn't mean much at all to any of you who are from other countries, probably, but there's a lot to see in Texas, and Bob Phillips kind of pioneered that little niche, and turned out okay for him, I think. All right, we're off. I was trying to put my headphones down because I know I can't move very well with those on. I've got to get a longer cord for my headphones, unless I go wireless. And Craig Russell pointing out in the chat that this is destined, this aircraft, for Louisville, which is the big UPS hub. It's just so good to see a 747 in the morning, especially one that's so new. And that's a good harbinger for the possibility that we'll continue to see these beautiful birds in the sky for at least a couple more decades. And for you N number aficionados, N623 UP. Japan Airlines Flight 6713, bound for Narita, one of the Tokyo area airports, has lit up the radar. And here's that flight from Maui we talked about. We didn't catch its landing. It's American Flight 116. I know my eyes kind of glaze over when there's a 747 inside. We don't see too terribly many of them here at DFW. We have no passenger service on 747s here, at least at the current time. There's only one 4-engined passenger service presently here, and that's Lufthansa, which has restored its A340 flights from Frankfurt. So I don't know how long that will last, but it's always good to see those. Those come in the afternoon. So I don't know if they're going to be sending this, if the flight controllers will be sending this aircraft over to the east side. Typically this plane takes off, when I've been here, it takes off from this side of the airport. But because of the prevailing winds, it would have to make the long taxi down to the south side before it can take off. But let's see what happens. If you're just joining us, you're watching Runway DFW, live from DFW International Airport. My name is Walt. I'm happy to be with all of y'all. Looks like that's getting an escort there, huh? There is DFW Terminal D behind it, the international terminal in the background. We should shortly catch sight of the Japan Airlines flight as it taxis to the south end of the runway. Lots of vehicles today. Where is that Japan Airlines flight? Oh, is that it there? Yeah, I think it is. So there you have a sight of Boeing's oldest jumbo jet and its newest. And as I said, this is not an old example of a 747. It's just a little more than a year old. But I should say it's its oldest jumbo jet design, which has, of course, been updated in the half a century since it first took to the air. So I don't know which one they're going to let go first. The UPS plane is scheduled to go out at 7:47, and it's 7:47 right now in North Texas. And it's getting to the point where it's going to be making a big U-turn to point its nose to the north. We'll tip our cap to all the ground maintenance folks here at DFW. Some of them in those trucks with the flashing lights. They're always keeping an eye out on the runways for anything that might impede the safe departure and arrival of aircraft. There's the Japan Airlines Dreamliner behind it. So I guess 747 takes precedence. Well, to me, that's always the highlight of any stream. But let us go back to the south end of runway 36 right. where we'll try to pick up the Japan Airlines Dreamliner as it begins its journey to Tokyo, right here on Runway DFW. Well, that was a nice twofer. Gregory Bloom was saying that Japan Airlines flight was a cargo flight today. And I thought there was something different because usually there's a passenger plane coming in around this time. There you see a DHL jet, cargo jet, coming over the bridge. That's a 767, which I don't show that as having a destination. Wendy says it's not a good stream if there isn't a KLM or a 747 in it. You know what, Wendy? I would love to see a KLM flight here. We don't have service from Royal Dutch Airlines at DFW currently. I would guess they're probably working on that, but no. So, quiet moment here. Let's check our radar. Let's see what's going on. American Airlines Flight 127, which is a 777, uh, is lit up on the radar, and that's headed to uh, Seoul, South Korea. I don't. They had been flying. American had been flying that route on a Dreamliner. I didn't know they'd switched over to 777s. Here comes that DHL flight over to, I guess, over here to the one of the cargo facilities here on the west side of the airport. hang on, folks. Thank you for the heads up. I don't know what happened, but I think we're back. I do have a please stand by video that I made for the early days of this channel, and it's actually quite good. I don't have it on my computer right now, but I don't think we need it. I have to tell you, I'm smelling jet fuel. It's kind of, we're getting a little haze now, as you can probably see. It was perfectly clear all the way down to the end of the runway when we got here about an hour ago, but it's kind of hazing over right now. Let's check on, I think this is well, I'm not sure. This may be the MD-11 UPS flight that we see go out. There's going to be one that is scheduled to go out. I don't know if it's this one or this one, which is still in the process of seeing cargo. Let's watch these. It's nice that we can see this kind of up close and personal as they load those gigantic containers in there. Really does make shipping a lot more efficient when you can just load a big container instead of individual boxes. And obviously there's a lot that goes into that as far as weight management and loading and tying everything down, but they've got it down to a science. And that's why you can push a button on your phone one day and get a package in the mail the next day. Here is UPS flight 2711. This is a 757 cargo flight. It's going to be headed to Ontario, California. As we've said before, we don't see a lot of 757s here anymore that aren't cargo oriented. I know that Delta flies them in and out of LAX, I see all the time, but not here. MJ Scanlon Photography checking in with some interesting information. The closed up MD-11, the one that's kind of head on to us here, he says has no flight scheduled right now, but he does mention that that's an ex-Lufthansa aircraft. Oh, wow. Let's take a look at this. This is the last MD-11 that was ever built, he says. That is so cool. A former Lufthansa. And there is the N number, N262UP. The last MD-11. That is way cool. Thanks for that tidbit of information, Mr. Scanlon. So that's not scheduled, but this one over to the right is, and hopefully that will be all. Everything will get put away and closed up, and we'll see that go out before we go. And that's an ex-Varig aircraft, MJ Scanlon tells us. It's turning into the History Channel and not the Runway DFW channel today. Oh, did we just get a new subscriber? Somebody's testing our filters on our chat room right now. So here's the UPS plane going out to Ontario. That is a 20th century aircraft there, built in 1997, according to Flight Radar 24. Joham Davarita is asking, what runway is this? And well, we're at DFW International Airport. DFW has 7 runways altogether. We are overlooking what is currently designated as 36 right and 36 left on the west side of the airport. It's being pretty quiet here right now. I guess I've been here more recently on a Friday morning, and Friday mornings maybe a little more action. Coming in from Silao in Mexico, it's American Airlines Flight 2263, an Airbus A319. There you see it. Been in the air for about an hour and 49 minutes. It's coming in on runway 36 left. Right here for you exclusively on Runway DFW. And there is some conversation about the runways that we're looking at right now. We are at the end of what's designated as runways 18 right and 18 left, but when the planes come in from the other direction and when operations are happening in the other, from the other end of the airport, that's about 2 miles away from us, it's designated as 36 right and 36 left. So, have we lost sight of the UPS flight yet? Probably disappeared behind. There's a kind of a ridge there, not a ridge, but a slight depression, which airplanes, when they go down that taxiway, uh, kind of disappear behind, depending on how big or small they are. So yeah, I've lost sight of it. We do have a Delta flight, which is now at the end of runway 36 right, getting ready to take off. I think I see it there. It's pretty far away. But this one will be headed to Salt Lake City. And also the American Airlines flight to Seoul is on its way down to the takeoff position. So we'll be seeing that 777, big 777 departing in a minute or two. But here's the Delta jet. It's an A320. And did I say what flight? Flight 2444 to Salt Lake City. Oh, there's the UPS flight. I guess it's going to head off to sunny California before the Delta flight gets into position. Oh, that just kind of lifted off right off the runway. Off to Ontario. Back to the far end of runway 36 right. There's the 777 that's going to be headed off to Seoul. And here comes the Delta flight for Salt Lake City on Runway DFW. George Ragsdale, thank you for your kind words about our Love Field broadcast. As we were explaining earlier in this program, we probably won't be doing that again, at least for a while, because of the onerous, well, I would consider to be onerous requirements. But hey, if you guys at Love Field are watching, look at what we're doing here. We're not hurting anybody. We're It's just a guy with a camera. I don't have giant light trucks or support vehicles or craft service tables. And that in the foreground, in the foreground, there's some baggage carts. The plane that just went through is coming in from Querétaro in Mexico. It's an A319, American Airlines Flight 1924. This is American Flight 127, a 777-223, a 20-year-old bird on its way to Seoul on Runway DFW. Welcome wherever you are on the planet. Bill Caldum, who is, I believe, in northern Arkansas somewhere. Is that right? Drinking coffee, watching this, and his turkeys from the tailgate. You're welcome, Bill. Always happy to accommodate. And at this point in our presentation, I wish this was easier to do. Okay. Behind the scenes at Runway DFW. Well, it's what time is it now? It's 8:15 on a Thursday morning here in North Texas. My name is Walt Orko, and you're watching Runway DFW live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. We'll be here with you for about 45 more minutes as we watch planes come and go, and we hope you will enjoy that. Please like and subscribe to our channel. You could be the 3,000th subscriber if you're really lucky. And if you like what you see, there's a way to buy us a cup of coffee or help us with our streaming expenses. You just go to streamlabs.com/runwaydfw, leave us a tip, and your acknowledgement will appear on the screen at Runway DFW. Okay, we're not going anywhere. We're going to hang out again for about another 45 minutes here. So let's see what's going on. You're looking at the UPS Cargo Hub at one of the at what has been alerted to us as the last MD-11 ever built. That is so cool. And we might as well look at that because there's nothing nothing coming in right now. Okay, I do have something coming in. This is kind of an unusual arrival. Well, not unusual arrival, but unusual on the here on the west side. It's American Airlines Flight 2866 coming in from Washington, D.C., from National Airport. Or I guess they call it Ronald Reagan Airport. Is that what it is now? Usually these come in on the, these east flights from the east come in on the east side, but this flight today is coming in, and we'll get a look at it here on the west side. There it is. You see it. After a 3-hour flight from the nation's capital. Oh, and Bill Caldham corrects me, Southwest Arkansas. I apologize. For some reason, I was thinking Northwest Arkansas, but Southwest. I'll try to cement that into my brain cells for next time. We always like to welcome new viewers to the channel. And I see a note here from Fred Reyes in Fort Worth, which is just, not far from here. He says, hello, just joined, great spot, good morning all, and have a nice day. A very pleasant message. Thank you very much and welcome. You'll find everybody here in the chat room is so nice. It really makes, again, I'm just a guy with a camera, but everybody in the chat room is what makes it so special. Craig Russell says we've got another Japan Airlines flight to see. This will be a Dreamliner coming in from Haneda, about 10 minutes out. And I don't know how long ago you sent that message, Craig, but 8:18, a couple minutes ago. So yeah, within 10 minutes we'll be seeing that flight. So that'll be that's a first for us. We'll have seen 2 Japan Airlines flights here today. The first one we saw was apparently a cargo run. And I'm now looking at the radar for the Japan Airlines flight. It'll be Japan Airlines Flight 12. Anthony Lamacchia instantly hit the subscribe button. Awesome stuff. Keep it up. Thank you, Anthony. That's much appreciated. I appreciate that. And we have a visitor from Greece. SO or so. Hello from Greece, Runway DFW. Have a pleasant day morning to all. Thank you very much. You've brightened our day with a message all the way from the Mediterranean. So cool. It's really, it's hard to describe being just, an individual with a camera and a computer and a connection to the internet, and being able to talk to all of you guys around the world, and even better for you guys around the world to be conversing with one another. So here is we're being brought together by the world of aviation. And is this, I don't know if I can pick this out, is this the Japan Airlines flight? There's a flight in the sky, and it's right over there. Oh, there it is. I think that's it, yes. That's the Japan Airlines flight from Tokyo, kind of circling to the south so it can make its approach. And as you can tell, it's pretty far away because I'm at full zoom and that's all you can see. Mutas, welcome to you. He's watching from Africa. Nice spotting. He likes watching planes, and we like providing you with the opportunity to see them from here. And if you haven't, Mutas, consider subscribing to Runway DFW. Maybe you'll be the 3,000th subscriber to our stream. Larry Osborne just subscribed a little bit ago because I thought I was already subscribed. And he's watching us from central Iowa here in the U.S. Welcome to you. So nice to see everybody on board. Stan B saying good morning from Clyde, Texas. I have to be honest, Stan B, I don't know where Clyde, Texas is. It's a big state. And I know a lot of odd places, but I'm not saying Clyde, Texas is odd, by the way. I just don't know where it is. So you can enlighten us as to, is it near a big city? Let's see there's a little dot on the screen here. This is going to be American Flight 1066 from Mexico City, 737-800. The next arrival on runway DFW. If I can pick it out. There it is. I gotta say, we've still got pretty good visibility down yonder at the other end of the runway. Good morning to you, Brenda Salmi from Phoenix, Arizona. It's a little early there. Well, just what? Phoenix is in the. I was right because Phoenix is in the Pacific time zone, so you're 2 hours earlier than we are. And as we speak, we see the alert that UPS Flight 2785 is pulling out. This MD-11 Trijet is it's another 20th century bird. dating back to 1993. And this will be headed to Louisville, as was the UPS 747 that we saw take off earlier. Good morning to you, Yankee Doodle Dandy from South Africa. New here. Welcome. And you must be a subscriber if you've managed to sneak into our chat room. So thank you. Welcome. And Craig is pointing out that this used to be a Varig aircraft at one time in its history. So cool to have the collective wisdom of all of our subscribers. And yes, that wall is kind of blocking our view right now, but as it proceeds forward, we'll get to see all of it in its full glory. Hello, Austin. I'm doing great this morning. It's a little chilly here. It's the official temperature, 55 degrees, so a little cooler than optimal, but I'm not complaining. Glad to see you on board. We can hear the whine of the three engines. Well, if we were playing a game of guess the airplane here, I think most airplane fans would have figured it out by now. Let's switch over here just for a second, because this is the Japan Airlines flight that was coming in from Haneda Airport in Tokyo. It's just landed. And you know what? I'll always get distracted by a 747 or an MD-11. But there it comes. So that's the second Japan Airlines flight we've seen today. And I've never seen two in one go round here. I didn't mean to use the term go around. That's kind of not what I meant. I meant in one session. Although I have to say, last Saturday, we saw three, not one, not two, but three Qatar Airways aircraft here. One was just parked over by the international terminal. One was going out. And the third one was a Qatar cargo flight. But we saw them all within the space of, a half hour. And we'll bid adieu to that as we watch the MD-11 taxi out. Again, this one's headed out to Louisville. Hans, I see your message as you're checking in from Almere in the Netherlands, where the time is 3:31 p.m. So good afternoon to you. Good morning from us at Runway DFW, and thank you for being a part of our online family. And that other plane you see there is American Flight 2612, an A321 coming in from Denver. Michelle RS doing a bit of cheerleading for us. Thank you, Michelle. So nice of you to do that. And Majorly Annoyed, he's a regular here. Sorry you can't stay longer, but thank you. And hi to you. Good to see you. Hootie St. Cyr, did I pronounce that right? Good morning from Lavaca, Arkansas, just outside of Fort Smith. Good to see all of you here today with us. And another new subscriber, Michelle RS informs us. I don't have the, I know it rings a bell, but I can't hear it because I've got things turned off so there's no echoes. So, well, you wanted another Dreamliner, right? Well, here comes one. This is American Flight 649 coming in from Miami. On Runway DFW, and we'll watch this come in, and we'll see if we can catch that. Well, let's look at the turn here of the MD-11. It's a nice shot. There's our tri-jet. Sometimes the dispatchers will send that aircraft over to the east side for takeoff. And I can't tell yet what its disposition. It looks like it's going to take off on this side though this morning, so that'll be nice. I better get my vertical stabilizer ready because, as you probably know, if you watch these MD-11s take off, they go right up. They like leap off the tarmac or leap off the runway. And this is headed to Louisville. And there's the incoming Dreamliner from Miami, making its way to the terminal. I'm looking for some planes which are lining up to take off there at the south end. MJ Scanlon Photography, sorry to see you leave, but happy to have you with us. We hope to see you again soon. This looks to be American Flight 2767, which will be winging its way to the city of Seattle in A321 Airbus. Runway DFW. I have another American Airlines flight which is rolling according to the radar, but I can't see it in the glare of the sun. It's on its way. I see it now. It's headed to Santa Ana, California. And did I miss it? I'm trying to pick it out. Oh, there it is. Oh, that guy's right in front of this thing. $8:43 is the local time. Let's see what we got here. On its way to Kansas City is American Flight 2487, which I believe I see. Everything is so darn far away. There it is. No? Yes? No? As you might tell, the sun is coming in from my left side, and it's kind of impeding my vision. I'm doing the best I can. Coming in from Austin, this is UPS Flight 2879. It's a Boeing 767. Well, I think we have some, we're going to have to play some disco music or something. What do I got here? It's our celebration music, or at least we'll use it as our celebration music because Yankee Doodle Dandy says we've reached 3,000 subscribers. And I thank you for your congratulations, Yankee Doodle Dandy. That is great news. We've been waiting for that for a while. Thank you, Michelle R.S. And I don't have I don't know who it was, but whoever it was, thank you. Oh, that was the sound of me banging my head on my tripod. So anyway, yeah, we had some fun. Let's get back to the matter at hand. We'll watch this 767 coming in with. Is it getting an escort or is those just random? I think that's just a coincidence there. Wow, 3,000 subscribers. So cool. Mrs. Runway DFW said it would never happen. She said Back when we were just a couple hundred subscribers, she said, yeah, don't get your hopes up. So, yeah, it's going quite well. And thanks to all of you who have liked and subscribed. If you like our channel, that means YouTube shows it to more people who like aviation things. So we get in that mix and, we appear with the other cool airport streams, and that helps us grow. And thanks to all of you who have helped us out along the way. Thanks for your encouragement, David Fife. Appreciate it. As we continue to watch this UPS 767 taxiing to its destination. It's got kind of a nose there, doesn't it? Tygarn. He was here since the channel first launched, and now at 3K. I accept your congratulations. Thank you so much, Tygarn, and thank you for being a part of the success of Runway DFW. It is a red letter day for us here, and it just kind of makes you kind of giddy to think that there's so many people around the world who would be interested in watching content like this. I was kind of surprised myself, actually. And I've told the story several times, but the reason this channel got started was because I just wanted to sit back and watch my TV and see airplanes taking off and landing from We can't have 3,000 subscribers without a picture. And I don't know what happened there. Had a loose cable or something. But sorry about that. I hope we weren't out for very long. It's not that cold here today. It's 57 degrees right now on our little thermometer. Here goes a regional jet off to parts that are known. I just can't glance over at the radar right now to see where this is going. They've got some questions here. Yankee Doodle Dandy wants to know which days of the week do you stream live, please? And it really varies. I try, some of it depends on my schedule because I do have a real job. And some of it depends on family things like time with my grandson. Usually we're here on Saturday or Sunday, at least one of those days. And usually one weekday morning or afternoon, and that kind of varies. I try to do it when the wind is blowing in a southerly direction because that gives us better pictures. Today I made an exception because I wanted to get back on the air. I want to hang out with you guys. So on the other side of the airport, on the east side, FedEx, where they have a cargo hub similar to what UPS has on this side, they've lit up one of their MD-11s. It doesn't have a destination, and depending on the destination, we may or may not see it over on this side of the airport. We are getting a bunch of planes taking off now. They're on the south side. So let's see if we can pick up on what's happening now. Looks like American Flight 2853 and Airbus A321 looks to be first in line way down yonder. It's getting increasingly difficult to pick it out of the haze down there. Here comes something. I'm going to say that one was landing. Yeah? But there you see the aircraft behind it is the one I was thinking of. Usually right around 9 o'clock as we go off the air, which is coming up in 3 minutes, we just a bunch of planes taking off. I see a question about the stream lagging. I'm monitoring it here and it looks okay. We're only doing a 720p stream today because of that particular issue. So the next flight looks to be American Flight 1263, an Airbus A319. Don't know where it's going. And that would probably be it. No destination listed on Flight Radar 24. Got a little bit more UPS action before we depart. And I don't know if you can say this is action. It's more like taxiing. It's UPS flight 9732 coming in from Palm Beach. It's an A300, and the clock has ticked to 9 o'clock. And so, as they say about the old clock on the wall means that your pal Walt has to vamoose from this great air facility. Well, that does it for this Thursday, April 7th broadcast of Runway DFW. My name is Walt Twilko, and it's been my pleasure to bring you all the comings and goings here at DFW, and thanks to all of you for making this our 3,000th subscriber broadcast. As we say here in Texas, happy contrails to you until we meet again, probably on Saturday sometime. So click the reminder bell, and we'll see you soon. Thanks everybody for watching, and have a great day.